See us, we don't dare for the long run. We don't dare for the matter. Every challenge just make the flavor strong. It make the flavor join better. We be seasoned. Yeah, the grace just dey plenty. We be seasoned. Our story don't sweet like 20. No be child's play, we the lead now. We be seasoned. Future sweet, we don't see them now. Tell them, we be seasoned.
Hi, and welcome to season 2 of Seasoned. It's me, your girl, Adjoa. I know. It's been a long break. I said I was going to come back in July. Today is 3rd of August, and I am now recording. I also said I was going to do a video, which I will do, trust me, for the next episode. But I just wanted to put this out here before I get distracted again with life. And I was actually about to just jump on my laptop and watch a show. And as I was figuring out what to watch, I was like, why don't I just record an episode? Why don't I just get it over and done with? Because I need to let my people know, my seasoned listeners know that I am back and it is going to be an exciting season 2. And I have so much to catch you guys up on. So let me just give you guys a brief update. So I'm just going to do an overview. So this episode is not going to be the longest because I want to really spend my time on other, like, to go into detail with the other episodes. So for now, it's just an overview. So first of all, I am not recording in Ghana. I am currently in Kenya, Nairobi to be exact. God has a funny way of working, but I got a new job within my firm, obviously, but now I don't work for like the Ghana firm. I work for the regional firm. So now I am running one of the units in Africa alongside my boss, who's the director and the head of the unit. I don't want to give specificity because obviously I wasn't hired by my company to record this podcast. So if you know who I am and you know where I work, you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But for those who don't know, I'm just taking a pot of oil off the stove because I was about to fry plantain when I decided to record this episode. So let me take it off the fire before I burn down this apartment. So, yes, I got a new role. And so I'm currently in Kenya to work with my new boss to, set up the unit. It's a somewhat of a brand new unit, and so we have a very clean slate to really build up this unit. So it was really exciting, and I'll go into detail in maybe the next episode how this all came to be. But yes, I am in Kenya. I'm going to be here for a month, and I'm super excited. I am in my own apartment in a nice neighborhood. And I was just sitting here thinking, and I was like, it is so important to travel outside of where you live to see other places because it's very easy to watch the news or see videos online and have this perception of another country, especially an African country. And then you come and see it and you're like, oh my God, this is very different. Now, mind you, it's not like I am staying, like, I can't say that the whole of Nairobi looks like where I'm at. But even coming from the airport to the neighborhood that I'm staying in, I saw such a vast difference between Accra and Nairobi. And I'm not here to compare and contrast, but it just made me see how, you know, there are so many differences. And At the moment, like the weather is quite cool for Africa. I mean, when you live in West Africa, our lowest temperatures will be like 24 degrees. And then I'm here and it's like, I think today was 15 degrees Celsius. And so it's cold. So I'm taking my fall jacket. Thankfully, I brought some like warm clothing from when I moved from Canada. And so I was able to pack some of that. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, oh, I could do with a nice cup of tea, but I only have black tea, and tea after 12 or the coffee after 12 means I'm staying up all night. So I'm just sitting here trying to like start warming up my dinner and then, be able to have something warm inside of me and then get into my bed and snuggle up. So that has been the biggest thing for me right now is this opportunity. And every time I think back to my life, almost 2 years ago, actually, when my marriage ended, and I didn't see beyond my hurt and my pain. And I didn't think I would come out of it. And to see where I'm at now, I'm like, God, if only we have the opportunity to see beyond our pain in the moment or to see the future, we wouldn't shed as many tears as we would have. I mean, you still shed tears because you're hurt and, the future that you imagined is not what it's going to be. But then when you see that there's a purpose beyond the pain, you start to, there's some gratitude that comes with it later. And for me, when I look at my life now and where I'm at, I'm just like, this may not have happened had I stayed married. And I'm not to say that this is because this was, it was God's plan all along. It could have been. But I'm just saying that, maybe there was a different plan had I stayed married, right? I'm not saying that there wouldn't have been blessings that would have come for it. My life would have been very different. But the path that I'm on now is beautiful. And it could only be God's handiwork behind it because I will go into it later in other episodes. But the way this job came to be, it could only be God. And I am just eternally grateful. And I'm just like flabbergasted that I'm here in this beautiful city. And I got to meet my team today for the first time. And they're such an amazing team. My boss is so lovely. And I just said, you know what? This isn't bad. This is definitely a better trade-off from what I was dealing with to this better. And there've been other, I've had to deal with some health issues. My reproductive health has been, in question. And it's so sad because I'm not saying it's sad, but we always think that we have time, right? We always think that we have time. Oh, I have time to have a baby, or I have time to do this, I have time to do that. I'm going to focus on other stuff. Oh, I don't need to do this. It will happen on its own. And then when you're faced with reality and your age, you're not 25 years old anymore and you're in your 40s and you want certain things to happen in the children's department. And then you start to see that the options that you thought you have are not available. Um, it puts it into perception that, you know what, sometimes we focus on waiting, 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 and then it becomes too late. And I'm not advising anybody to go and do something that they're not ready for. But I'm just saying that make sure you have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, so that when you're ready, you can at least have options. So that's for another episode. And there's always hope in every situation, there's always hope. But I am beginning to learn, and this season is showing me that sometimes you need to just focus on what you have in front of you and let God take care of the other stuff. So for now, what is before me is this new job, this new role, this new city. And I need to focus on that because that's within my control to some extent. The other things that I've been dealing with and battling with is out of my control. That's in God's hands. All I know I can do is just be prepared to receive whatever God has for me and not worry about the nitty-gritty, how to figure things out, what, how it's going to work out, how it's going to be. I just need to focus on what is, you know, one bite at a time. You don't put a whole cake in your mouth, you take bites of it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Um, what else is new? This big job, this my health, and yeah, I think those are the two major things. But there are other stuff, and I'll address it in other episodes. But I'm just excited to be back. I'm excited to be back. Season 2. It's going to be a great time. I'm sure you guys want to tune in. I'll see if I can get people to talk to and interview. I wasn't able to really sort that out. My life just became such a whirlwind that I didn't even have time to really plan out my what do you call it? My season 2. So this is on the fly. Just doing it on the fly. And I'm hoping that by my next episode there will be some, you know, order to it. But I think you guys also like the on the fly stuff. I think you guys like it when I'm just off the cuff, just speaking and talking about stuff as they come and keep that authenticity to it. And that's the whole issue. That's the whole thing about Seasoned is the authenticity of my podcast and not trying to make it so polished and clean. But yeah, and yeah, I have like my birthday's coming up, and it's my first birthday truly by myself. And when I say by myself, like with no family around, no friends around, I'm in a new country. Um, I'm starting a new role. I've started a new role, working in a different office. So it's a lot of firsts for me this birthday. So I really want to make it memorable. I really want to make it um, worth my while. I was telling my boss today, my new boss, that, it's my birthday on Sunday. And she's like, oh, you have to do something. I'm like, yeah, I need to pry myself off my bed because the bed that I have in this apartment is super duper comfy and it's so painful to pull myself out of it. So if I'm not careful, I'll end up spending my whole birthday in bed, especially since it falls on a weekend. So I need to make sure that I pull myself out of my bed and go out and enjoy the day, do something fun. And if that ends up um going to dinner somewhere or checking out the city, then I need to do something that is fun and new and exciting and memorable. Um, or let's just say I need to do something that will be meaningful to me. And no matter what it is, whether it's a small thing or it's a big thing, I need to make sure that it's memorable for me and I enjoy it. Because my sister and I have had birthdays apart, right? But for the last few years, we've done it together. I mean, last year I spent it away from her because I'd moved to Ghana, but for the most part, our birthdays are always together. So this is now I don't have anybody, no buffers, no cousins, no friends, nobody to just come and knock on my door and say, I'm taking you out. But if anybody wants to surprise me in Nairobi, anybody willing to fly down to come and celebrate with me, um I'm taking people, or better yet, send a gift. I take money, I take trips, I take cars, I take pampering, spa dates, cakes, whatever. Just ask for my address and have it delivered if you can't show up. Um, but yeah, this is this is me. So it's going to be a big deal. I'm not going to go on and on and on because I really just wanted to do an intro to season 2. And I just wanted you guys to get a glimpse of what is yet to come. So I'm super excited. I'm glad that because it was very easy for me to just forget again, and then another week will go by and I wouldn't have put this episode out. But we're putting it out. So, yes, exciting times ahead. So, thank you for tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm excited to go on this season 2 journey with you of Seasoned. Love you all, and I'll catch you next week.
Remember, life doesn't always get easier with time, but with every season, we become more seasoned.
Yeah, we done for today.